because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield and hit you little people.
Good run there.
The Niners at 8-1 on the year, and they coming off their very first loss of the season, suffered a week ago.
So now we can all take that chasing the 1972 Dolphins and take it and throw it right out the window, right? But let's face it, not many teams talk about that or even have an interest in it. All they want to do right now is bounce back after that loss.
That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles, knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical that it would be this easy, but they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Call that a very strong gain of 24.
First down and goal to go.
On the ground, it's James. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there.
Hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Niners get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Stafford and the Rams come up first and 10.
At their own 22.
First run now for Kyren Williams. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down. You look at this Niner defense.
Right now they're ranked number 29 in the NFL against the pass, so 4th from the bottom, Charles.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league, so there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Stafford.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Alert!
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
250!
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated.
3rd down and 10.
A loss of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. So 8 yards on the completion there.
And that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams.
And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off.
That's one of those, Charles, when it works, it looks amazing, and when it doesn't, it means trouble.
Yeah, you're right about that one, partner, because that allows us to say, what are you thinking when it doesn't work? Although I know in his mind when he made the call, he was thinking about the amazing part. But in this case, I think the defense, they caught on to this fairly quickly, and they were able to force the incomplete pass.
44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd down and a yard.
At the 42-yard line.
Here's James. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Purdy. He's got his target. That's complete. Down the left sideline.
Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Niners have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point try now for Moody.
And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good.
14, Rams nothing.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed 1st down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. You look at this Niner defense.
They're currently 6th in the NFL in defending the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game, because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Now Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Fourteen 0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Here's Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Stafford looks to throw again.
Still going inside the 20.
Touchdown, Allen! A big play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Rams have cut it back within a score.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd and 9. Here's Purdy.
Sliding out of the pocket.
He'll get this into the hands of Ayuk.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it is caught. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful you're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving him.
And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
No, he doesn't have it. Maybe some alligator arms there going over the middle. 3rd down.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it.
He'll hit Watkins on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 4 now from the 40-yard line.
On the move to his left.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
Purdy from the gun on 3rd down.
Escaping the pressure right.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 17 yards is the pickup there for number 17.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Pass caught by Pearsall.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Christian McCaffrey
From 17 yards out.
And the 49ers go up by 2 touchdowns. Moody good with the extra point.
And it's now 21-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Over first down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
But he's not going to be able to get rid of it. He's going to be tackled behind the line. And he was trying to get it to Tutu Atwell there.
And it's third down. Back to throw, Stafford. Trying to get it to Adams, but it's intercepted. It's Jair Brown who's got it. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there, got a nice interception, and set up their offense in great shape.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
That's complete to Pearsall. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Purdy will set up to throw it here.
And he's got it.
And the Niners are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think
and he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Ricky Pearsall,
a 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Niners have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Now Moody for the PAT.
He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score Niners 28, Rams 7.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Rams take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Stafford. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Stafford. Pass complete there to McCoy. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
Well, he worked his way quite a bit in this first half, and with good reason. You can see it there. He is such a handful defensively, just too hard to keep him under wraps. It delivers a big play here for this offense.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air again, Stafford. They'll find a man over the middle, Tutu Atwell. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Throwing is Stafford. This one swung out to Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Rams, they are on the move. They've got another first down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Again, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Stafford. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And the Rams are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Nacua as the first half is winding down. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Extra point splits the uprights, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
At their own 26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Purdy now to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He's got his target. That's complete. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. Final play of the half. Purdy being chased out left. And his throw is incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Ball at the 23, 2nd and 8. To throw is Stafford. He'll drop this down to Williams. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort, turn it into a successful play.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Stafford. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Stafford now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Stafford looks to throw again. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Stafford. And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete. Here comes the Rams punter now. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is taken at about the 14. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Get set, yellow.
Purdy connects with Kittle underneath. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now a 2nd and 2. Purdy looking to throw. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Get set. Watch out. Stop.
Here's Purdy. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a 1st down, 49ers.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try to put the hammer down and finish this one off.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
James. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 59 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. The running game fully in sync, 1-11 on that play.
And sometimes it comes from the offensive coordinator, understanding what he thinks the defense is going to do and dialing up the perfect play. Sometimes the quarterback, though, can look at the defense, realize he needs to change it to a run, and that gets it done in a big way as well.
Uno.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Get set.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's James. And he swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on 3rd down.
21, 18.
Now Purdy. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. So that flag will set him back 5 yards. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be from 56 yards out. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one, as it's good from 56 yards out. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2nd down and 8. Here's Stanford. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Okay, partner, no surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
Here we go, boy. 18! Yellow. Yellow.
Back to throw, Purdy. Eluding the pressure right. And this is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
Defensive talk 101. Don't let the quarterback out of the pocket, because when that happens, yeah, you may shrink the field with your defense, but it's so easy to lose someone on the backside. And he finds him and picks up a touchdown.
Ricky Pearsall with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point try now for Moody. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. Oh, good return up past the 30. And they're going to have good starting field position. He's out of bounds, but not before he's across the 35. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really picked off by Fred Warner.
And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Now a handoff up the middle. James. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
80 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the 49ers have opened the lead up to 30. Moody good with the extra point.
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, our coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On the option to give to Williams here.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Well, this defense, they've got the 4-score advantage, and you can see why they continue to bottle up the run game, and really they've just been sharp in all facets here in this one, CD.
Yeah, they've kept that offense in check the entire game, and I think it's been led by what you just talked about, that defensive front, which has not allowed them to run the football and establish control of the line of scrimmage.
Calling a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll leave them with 3rd and a full yard to go.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams.
And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
That's a gain of 13, 1st down Rams.
And the Rams, 1st down.
Now Stafford, he's going to change things up.
Hey, 50.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Puka Nakua with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Rams get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead's down to 24.
Rams 21.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
At their own 35-yard line.
Yeah. Really, I should probably start a hit, boy, because I got all the hits, boy. All that drink you got to check. I be on my little mouse drink.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle.
Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Rams are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
At their own 46-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. And he will find his man on the outside. Called a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame whooping has turned into results.
Here's 3rd and 9.
180.
Back to throw. Stafford. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And this is a situation where, as a head coach, you're just saying, what else could go wrong? Let's get it all out of our system, please. This has been a sloppy game throughout. The execution has been lacking. A lot of mistakes, both mental and physical. And here's a big play that goes by the wayside.
No luck for the Rams as they fail here on 4th down. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Good gain there on 1st down and keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not an inning rush offensively. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. Touchdown, 49ers. Anthony Schwartz, 40 yards. And the 49ers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Now Moody for the PAT.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Makes the score Niners 52, Rams 21.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard
The
line.
LA offense ready to go for their next drive.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles.
And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Stafford's pass intercepted. The Niners take over 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Get set, up.
McCaffrey running up the middle. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Out of the gun, Purdy.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
And 3 at the 6-yard line.
Throwing here, Purdy.
He'll buy some time right. The ball comes out, and the ball ends up out of bounds, so it'll be a loss on the play.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Purdy will set up to throw it here.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A CD there up. But they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
Blue 60.
In motion, the tight end. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but They can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Stafford. And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. There he goes, right side. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping to hold a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Ready.
Stafford. Short throw, it's Higbee.
And Higbee going to have a Rams first down as he'll be brought down at the 38-yard line.
It's a gain of 8, and it'll wind up moving the chains.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Throwing is Stafford.
And that is incomplete. Wow, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford.
Pass thrown to Adams. He's got it on the crossing route.
A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
And then we got to give a little tip of the cap for the defense there. Zone coverage, locked it in tight, made it really difficult because they tried the crossing route against it, and it worked for a completion, but you have to know where the sticks are on 3rd down. Didn't get beyond them, no pickup.
And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go to each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for the 49ers, the great run they've been on continues as they move to 9-1 now. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Arizona Cardinals. Meanwhile, for the Rams, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.